Floozy hit a slender lead. It's Floozy just in front. Scud very late. Floozy's won the Silk Stocking.
Hi, welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop, episode 365, proudly brought to you by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group and Mr. 5-Star out there. Get out there, he will look after you. Today we'll preview our runners at Doomben in obviously the Keith Noud program. Firstly, let's go back to last week. I was down in Sydney with you, Tony. What a great day it was. It was basically a celebration of what that horse has done for the ownership group, 1.65 million. Would have been nice to get the win, obviously, but it was probably more about the whole day, and the horse was run super again. Great preparation, and just a great bunch of owners. Really good up there in the hive, and really had a really good day.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it was nearly a very good day, wasn't it? It was very unfortunate just to have got pipped by Vivier up the inside, but I think he's had a remarkable prep. Trip away for this horse, going to Melbourne, just change of environment for him, then make his way back to Sydney. I think he's really grown up. It's like watching a young boy become a man throughout the preparation. He's handled it well, put himself in a good position to win. Tommy rode him well, just the 59 in the bad gate. Just to give the weight he had to give those other two horses was just a little bit too much. So he did a good job fighting off Militarise and just didn't see that horse to his inside.
Yeah.
But overall, good prep, good day at the races. Now we turn our focus here to Queensland. The Summer Carnival is beginning. The official launch is next week. There's the Millbar Cup and the Swiss Ace, but for me it's this week, the Keith Noud. It's always the start of our summer sprints and what's going to be a big summer carnival heading towards Magic Millions in early January.
Before we move on, two promising horses saluted here last week. Now is the hour. And Boomtown Boss, the only thing bad about that one was those other horses scratched because they still would have won, regardless whether they're there or not. So, but yeah, two promising horses moving forward.
Yeah, nice day here. A lot of talk about the track here at Eagle Farm last week. So many records being broken, and we've just got to get that right throughout the summer. That track's got to have more give in it. But our horses raced really well. The last horse was pretty impressive, Boomtown Boss. He's on a preparation towards the Gateway and then obviously on to Magic Millions post that. So he kicked his prep off in the way that I wanted. We've had a great build-up with him. And now is the hour. He's a young horse. He's still learning his craft, but he was very dominant, run good time, as most horses did here last Saturday. But they're two nice horses to follow throughout this summer. They've both got a nice race in them somewhere throughout the summer.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into it. 1 metre position, currently a soft 5. Race 1, cutest 2-year-old handicap over 1200. 3 runners. Itchintogo will start off with 59 kilos, Ryan Maloney on board, barrier 2. $2 the win in the market. Making his debut. It's obviously he's ticked every box this horse so far. He's gone to the jump outs, professional, gone to the trial, professional. A field of 8 at the moment, that will probably be less. And there's 4 here that are basically coming off the same sort of prep him. I know initially your thoughts was probably just to save him for next week. Any change of mind?
We'll just see. We'll just see what the next few days bring with him. I think he's a nice little horse. He steps well, puts himself in a forward position. He's racing at home. He looks as though he'd lead here for fun, really. He's Boomelli led the Sunshine Coast, but she's probably better taking a trail, and this horse will jump quite quick from a low draw and put himself there. So, albeit 1200 first day out of the races is never easy for these babies. If there is one that'll handle it, it's probably him. He's very tractable. He comes back mid race, etc., or mid trial. So he's definitely a chance. I just do worry 6 furlong first up.
Yep. All right. Boomelli, 58 kilos. Ben Thompson, barrier 7, $4.40 the win with Ladbrokes. Comprehensive first up in a 3-horse field, but he'd done everything right. He sort of looked around when he got to the front. Race experience will help. Wide draw won't help. Instructions to Ben with this horse?
Oh, I don't think wide draw's too big a deal for him. Looking at the field, he's quick out the other day. Only a small field, but she put herself right there. She switches back off well. She can, if she wasn't to step well, you could just go back and run on. She's very versatile. We've seen that in the trial. She can show speed. She can sit off. She's quite a good filly. Set for this race post that win at the Sunshine Coast, and she's certainly there to run very, very well.
Last pair of runners, I'm That Girl, $4.20 with Ladbrokes. Take away the first run. Everything went wrong. Back to the trials, you just made get to the back of the field, and she let down really nicely.
Total trainer error first up. Shouldn't have ran her off the wide draw, went forward, just did way too much work, reset things at the trial. She handled that beautifully. I don't love the sticky draw for her, just the way I want to ride her.
Yep.
I think she is, out of the 3, she is possibly better waiting for 1,000 next week. I'll just have a bit of a look and see how the weather and things are going over the next sort of 24 hours for her. For me, On top, I've probably got Boomelli on top. I think that run under a belt at 1,000 metres is solid. Itchintogo, he's a very impressive little horse, and he's not there yet, but he's making good headway. So they're all pretty unexposed, these 2-year-olds, you know. But for me, I've probably got, just for the race experience, I think it's vital to them at this time of year. With the race experience, I've got Boomelli just on top of Itchintogo.
All right, race 3, 3-year-old handicap over 1,600. Power Reece, 57 kilos, barrier 1, $8 with Ladbrokes. Broker Maiden over 1,700 last time out. This is obviously not the hardest metro race you'll ever see. Will we employ the same tactics last time?
I don't know if we will. There looks a little bit of pressure here, but the good thing about the low draw is we're going to do no work. The mile at Doomben's barriers are critical. You jump onto that corner quick. She'll just jump well. She's going to get a lovely run either there or thereabouts. Do no work, and she knows she's going to be strong at the mile. I think this distance out to 2,000 is where she's going to end up. Interesting race, a lot of different form lines. Yeah, some of them are coming through, winning maidens, going out to a 3-year-old, failing and going back. So, look, I think she's an each-way chance in a race that I probably don't want to have a bet in.
Why is that?
Well, I think there's too many variables, you know.
There's a winner in every race.
There is, and if you find it in that race, good luck to you.
All right, on to race 5. Let's say we can have a bet here and get the splinters out. Benchmark 70, handicap over 1,600. Great Aspirations, 59 kilos. Barrier 2, $8 with Ladbrokes. It's good last time. Drawn to get a gun run in this. There's no real speed in this race. Can it just go forward and control the speed?
Should have went further forward last time. It was an indecisive ride by Hange the other day. Should have sat up on speed, let the equal favourite or favourite dictate and got away with it. It probably should have won the race. So the miles, no worries. We saw that the other day. The big thing for this horse is the weather going forwards. If we happen to get any rain, hugely advantaged on soft ground. And that was one of the keys at Ipswich, is going off those really firm tracks back to a track with cut in it. Absolutely loves cutting the ground. So he can run well no matter what surface, but if we do happen to get rain, there are storms forecast Friday, Saturday. You don't know what's going to hit. If we do get rain, his chances skyrocket.
All right, on to race 6, class 6 handicap over 1,600. 4 runners at this stage. We'll start with Free Carry, 60 kilos, Emily Lang, barrier 2. He's $5.50 with Ladbrokes. Return to form last time, just pipped, ran super. Probably went a little bit hard, that and the stablemate in running, which sort of just probably was the difference between winning and losing. Excellent record at this track and distance, only out of placings once in 8 starts. Looks leader on its own. It's got to be a massive chance. Yeah,
I don't know if he will get it all on his own, Andrew. I think Express Payment and the little pumper will come across from a wide draw. I think there'll be enough pressure here early. He's gone up to 60 kilos, but the big thing here is back at Doomben. He definitely reserves his best racing for here. Yep. Emily sort of flagged that to me pretty early on in the prep, and she's pretty right, you know, like when you get to Doomben, any cut in the ground helps him as well, but I think Doomben Mile is probably his best track and trip. He will lead, it's just how much pressure he absorbs. I'm not worried about the 60. I did like him down in weight the other day, and he put himself into a nice position. He got unsuspectingly sort of softened up a bit more than he needed to be, but I think he can handle that a bit. So he's definitely found the right race, probably over the odds at the moment, around that 550.
All right, on to Exceed Speed, 57 kilos, 57.5 kilos actually. The Ryan Maloney, barrier 9, 440 to win with Ladbrokes. Absolutely flying this prep. He's been now 7 weeks without a run, which is a bit of a drama potentially. Went to the trials, just keep him up to the mark. It's a tricky gate, this one. You know, as you said, you know, there's going to be a bit of speed. I think there's a lot of on-pace speed without being on top of the pace. So from that barrier, there's going to be a lot trying to get over and get in the same spot. Yeah,
I wish ride him quiet. He's better horse ridden to chase. You know, we've seen that. Toowoomba was a disaster, been put up on speed. That didn't suit him at all. He was vulnerable late then. So much better to switch him back off. So with the amount of pressure here off an awkward draw, you've got to make a decision relatively quick at the mile. So I think we just pop back second half of the field, get some cover. He'll really run on. I think there's enough pressure here for horses from the mid to back to get home.
Okay, Blazen Boots down. Next one, 56.5 kilos. Ben Thompson, barrier 12, 850 with Ladbrokes. Up in class, down in weight from the last 2 starts. 4 wins at this track. And only a couple of lengths off in the last 2. So 5 weeks between runs also. Trial in between. Thoughts?
That's a plus for him, the space between runs. He's a horse that, you know, 3 to 5 weeks is his best racing. Trialled up well, in good order. And the other horse too, he had a trial in between as well. So I'm happy with his fitness as to Exceed Speed. But yeah, this horse, I'll probably ride him a bit conservative too. I think where he's drawn, if I push him forward, I'm really on a limb 3 wide. And we saw that the other day at Eagle Farm when he was 3 wide. He toughs it out, but he's not good enough to overcome that type of run. So I think we'd be conservative on him also and watch him finish off.
Next one runner, and our last one, the little pumper, 56.5 kilos, Daniel Moore, barrier 11, $14 with Ladbrokes. Solid effort last start for fourth over 13.50. Tricky barrier, and we'll have to go back from there.
No, we'll roll forward. He'll be going forward from the gate.
Okay.
He'll go. I see him probably sitting outside free carry express payment after he makes them do work taking a trail. So I think we get outside lead. He will have to do some work to get there. He'll have to switch back off once he gets there. But being one of former Waterhouse Bot horse, not much going back on there, mate. You've got to roll forward, and that'll suit him better. He's better flowing. Now, the other day he actually got pulling a little bit when they backed the speed down to 13.50. He's just got to flow into the mile. I wouldn't bother if he's deep into that first corner. I think Daniel's got to take his time getting across, as the key is once he gets there being able to settle. So if he can do that, he can do it well. Horse is in good nick, but he would be my fourth pick of them. My pick would be Exceed Speed.
All right, on to the feature of the day, race 7, the Listed Keith Noud over 1,200. 3 runners possibly for this year. We'll start with Rockribbed, 58 kilos, Ryan Maloney, barrier 9, $17 the win, which is pretty juicy. Excellent first up record and good at this track, likes this distance. The key to this fellow is probably how he jumps.
Yeah, I think he'll jump pretty well. I think he's not jumping too bad his last trial. He just gets a bit fidgety in the gates, this fella. But I think Pug's the right rider for him. He's a pretty relaxed sort of dude. Suit him, step out, roll up on speed. He's had 3 jump outs or trials. He's pretty ready to run well first up, and then from here we'll head out to the recognition over 13.50 in a couple of weeks. But this race is changing all the time with scratchings and tempos. So, you know, I think at the moment, as I see it, he lobs into a nice spot in the first 5. But you're right, steps away well, positive ride, puts him on speed, can run well.
All right, next of our runners is Torabella, 53 kilos, Emily Lang, barrier 17. Looks amazing, this mare, a bigger, stronger model this time in for sure. Barrier makes it hard, but loves the track, 4 from 6 here. The other key factor is yet to win below 1,300.
Yeah, and this is a key lead up for the next sort of race, really. I'm keen enough to run her, because I think the speed's drawn outside of her. You know, it depends if what we do with Hell, which we'll get to, whether he runs or not. And obviously, Epic Proportions of Kieran Maher, this drawn 20, it's going with Talia on, it's just going to do one thing, jump and run. So this race will string out. So I think if we step well, we roll forward. I can't see why they won't really spread out in this race. And if they do, we can lob into a spot in that first 3 pairs.
Yep.
Because she's quite quick out herself, this mare. She can quick out and hold a spot. So I think we sort of play the percentage that they will break up, lob into a lovely spot behind. We know she's strong at the end at 1,200 because she wants 13.50 out to a mile.
Yep.
I think she's over the odds. She can run really well. She loves a bit of cut in the ground if we do get any rain. And she's very ready. I've had a beautiful prep with her. And this leads in beautifully if I want to go to the recognition or the Tats Mares race in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Hell while we're going. Andrew Jones aboard.
Well, I don't know if Andrew will ride it yet. I'm not sure. I've got no rider yet because I want to toss up between it and Sunset Dreaming what I do there. But Hell will definitely, if it does run, it's a one-trick pony. He's jump and run style horse. I think we can be more adaptable. We've only had him a short time. I'm tossing up whether we run him here. We wait for a benchmark race in a couple of weeks. But the barrier, I think, makes it a bit tricky for him to a degree. But I think the grade, kicking him off in this grade straight away down here, is a lot tougher than where he normally resumes.
Yeah, he is coming off, and we probably tend to forget that after that Usher run, he did have a slight injury.
Yeah, we had his back and things like that. He's had a few little issues with him. But look, he's a very promising horse, but he's been beautifully placed up in North Queensland. He's come down here for some restricted races.
Yep.
To kick off straight away in a Keith Noud, you'd have to be fairly sure. So I think he's up a long way in grade on what he's raced in.
He also likes his track. He's 2 from 2 here. So
yeah,
last runner, Sunset Dreaming.
Really like her. Good barrier. Had her after she went through a sale last prep. Come up a lot better off a fresh spell and reset. I think if the more pressure she's going to lob into a lovely midfield spot here, if a low draw, she can run really, really well. I've had a great prep with her.
I think looking at it physically, she's definitely thrived being up here, obviously in Queensland.
Yeah, well, when we got her, I spoke to Tony McAvoy, and he said of all that took the Sunshine Coast that year, she just didn't do well. She just hadn't settled.
Yep.
So I think we got her at an awkward time for her. Where now, off a fresh prep, she's a big, strong mare, and she looks really, really well. So she can be a huge improver, and she's way over the odds.
Yeah, I think take that benchmark rating, forget the benchmark rating, and just.
Well, normally she'd be far better off at an 85 or an 80, with her rating. But I think if you look at her Gay Waterhouse run, it was very, very good in a day. You couldn't make up much ground. She was a flashing light on her. Then she went to the Sunshine Coast and raced like a horse that was just over the top at 1,400. So I think she can run well here. There's enough pressure for her to settle well. Jump outs and trials have been really good without being asked for much. and I'm super happy with her. So I think she can run well. Of mine there, look, it just depends on how this race shapes over the next day. So I'll just sit out of that one for what I think can win.
All right, sweet. On to race 8, Colts Gelatin Entires Class 3 played over 13.52 runners. We'll start with Boomshot, 60 kilos, barrier 2, Ryan Maloney, $4.60 in the market with Ladbrokes. Broke through last time, great ride. Can Ryan repeat the dose this time?
Oh, he can ride him well again. He's riding great, but it's just the track for him. He needs soft ground. Yeah, that was evident the other day. He got on a soft track and he was just, he just towed Ryan wherever Ryan pointed him. He'd point and steered, and the horse was there. And he's come through that run the best he's come through any run this prep, and that's purely because he got on a soft track, which he really, really enjoys. We took all the gear off him a couple of runs ago. Those last 2 runs have both been good, devoid of luck. The first time Ryan rode him, got all the luck the other day and got the right ground. If storms come, his chances just jump it through the roof.
All right, the other runner is Gelatin, 60 kilos, Ange Bullwood, barrier 9, $12 with Ladbrokes. Great to see this fella. Salute from Marie and Steve Anderson and others. Tricky alley, instructions to Ange.
Yeah, I think it depends on how he jumps. He doesn't jump well for Ange. He can roll up on speed. I'll just see what scratchings do with him. He's pretty versatile, but he's a bit like Boomshot. He's very much in need of a shower. All his wet track runs are really, really positive. When he gets on really good ground. He's not hopeless on good ground, but he's just better with toe in the ground. He can run well. If there looks to be a lot of pressure and he steps slow, just sits back on him.
Yep.
If there's any speed comes out, I'll just roll forward on him. I think he's adaptable enough now, but he's a bit like Boomshot. He wants a bit of give in the ground.
Best of the two.
Best of the two, they're too similar. I'd probably Boomshot off the draw.
Yep.
And he just feels really good off that win. But both these horses are coming off nice wins and their confidence is up. They can both run really well in what I think is a tricky race.
All right, on to race 9, No Metro wins. Handicap over 11.10, 2 runners. Bundella, we'll start with it. 56.5 kilos, Angela Jones, barrier 5. $5.50 the win with Ladbrokes. 2-length winner last start, winning comfortably up the Sunshine Coast. A fair bit of speed here, good barrier. Can he take a sit and be as effective as last time?
Easily. Yeah, easily. We only led because he did a lead on his own the other day and he was powered along. I think 1100 behind him's no drama.
Yep.
No drama at all. He's got that awkward head carry, that awkward racing style he has, but he's going bloody good. He looks well, he feels well, can race well, going to get a lovely run, and to get to this next level, he's got to be more adaptable. I can't see why he can't.
All right, on to our next runner, Giliana, 54 kilos, Emily Lang, barrier 8, $13 the win with Ladbrokes. Third last start over the Eagle Farm, drawn a bit sticky here for Emily. Not much luck the last 2 starts. And a potential sticky gate here. What are you going to say to Emily before the race?
Yeah, I think it's too sticky with the speed. If she can find a mid spot, that's sort of her best position anyway, just off him and running on. She's been very unlucky. She ran a Surprise Honey on a track record at Ipswich, then had a rider change when Em hurt her ribs, and Marty Harley got on her and just zero luck, void of luck. All the luck he's having at the moment. I had none that day with him, I know that.
So he used it all up there.
He used it all up. Got rid of all his bad luck that day, and he's had good luck ever since. And then the next run, we drew low and just end up in the wrong part of the track, which can happen at Eagle Farm. You can just get in that wrong lane. If you're a hard fence yesterday, you were no chance. So I think that you can see her running a lot better. If you run it like the Surprise Honey will race well in the last, which is a 10 times better race than this. Yeah. You make a case for this mare. I think she can run well, and Emily really rides her well.
All right, best of the 2.
I'll go with Bundella, only because he's still very promising and he's still on that way up. Giliana's probably levelling out where she's at. She'll win one of these, but things got to go away.
All right, on to the lucky last, race 10, Class 6 played over 12 under, 3 runners. Depending on what happens with Sunset Dreaming, obviously. We'll start with Pereille, 58.5 kilos. Daniel Moore, barrier 6, $2.50. The win with Ladbrokes, very juicy. Luke Morell and yourself decided to go this way rather than the Keith Noud. The horse is flying. Some label him as a non-winner. I think that's going to change this prep. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope that's how it changed. We've only had him for the one run, and obviously he was really well placed that day. It was an off-season plate. Where this is on-season plate now. This is a much better race than what he was in. We're going around Doomben. Last time was Eagle Farm. He had a lot more room, time to get over them. So Doomben's trickier for him. He is going well. You want to see him come back and do it. His trials and that have all felt good. We haven't let him off the bridle yet. So He feels to me like he's come back a really nice horse, and he could be in for a good summer. But his horse has got plenty of convictions. We've got to remember that. So the 250 for me is not as juicy as it is for you, but he is going good. He looks really well. He's got a race with enough pressure in it, which suits him. He's just got to be able to hold a position and find that 3 pairs back.
I think I owe you 500. Can I have the 500 on with you then?
No, I'll just get the 500 first and we'll work it out after that, because you're a credit risk at the moment.
Hey, you're definitely right in that department. All right, on to Sunset Dreaming. If it runs, hopefully to run in the Keith Noud. It's got 55 kilos here, Ben Thompson, barrier 8. Now, these are juicy odds, $26 if it does run here. A nice race to open up her summer campaign. We've got a good opinion of her. We think her benchmark rating will be a lot higher by the end of her prep. Crazy price here if she runs.
I'm nearly sure she runs in the Keith Noud, and I'm happy enough to run her there for low draw. That's how much I think of her.
All right, well, on to Surprise Honey, 55 kilos, Angela Jones, barrier 3, 850, the win with Ladbrokes. Good form this prep and drawn to get every chance, although there is a bit of speed in this race. Will be 6 weeks between runs, but an impressive trial winner in between.
Yeah, there's no dramas with her space between runs. She's in good order. She's a nice mare, going really, really well. Feels good, looks good. Jumps to get a lovely spot on the back of the leader or thereabouts with him. She'll have him well in the sights or a Boris, and she'll quicken nicely. I think she's a nice mare. Her record was better at 6 furlongs than what it is shorter than that. So I think she likes the distance. She's in good order. She's fit and healthy, and she's there to run well.
Best of the two.
I praise my pick. I think he could be a nice horse for us throughout the whole summer. But I want to see him come back and do it. I want to see him come back and do it at Doomben in a race, which I don't think there's a whole lot of... When they run the times of both these races at Keith Noud and this, there'll be a smidgen between them. Yep. So I think this is a proper race now. Obviously, when you've got the first and second favourite, early betting in the Keith Noud have scratched to go to this race, it tells you how good this is. So Pereille on top, as Surprise Honey will run a hell of a race.
All right, we're in the final furlong of the Final Gallop. Best winning chance at Doomben.
Toss up between the 2-year-olds and the Pereille, so it's early. We'll bookend. I'm really confident of bookending this card. I'll go with Pereille. I think the odds are rock bottom, to be honest, 250, but I do like the horse.
Oh, I'd love 250. Best each way chance.
Each way chance for the day is tricky because I've got a lot of good hopes around that $5. I couldn't see Free Carry not running a place at $5, $5.50, but I'll go with the big ones. I'll go with Sunset Dreaming to run top 3 in the Keith Noud.
That's brave.
Yeah, it is. I think she can run top 3 off a low draw. She'll do no work on a race which looks to be pressure. I think I'm hopeful I can sort of hold a 3rd pair spot. If I can do that, she can run really well.
Best at the provincials.
We've only got Toowoomba, I think, Saturday night. I'd be a brave man to tip Power Race. She's a handful. So I will go with XL Boom if I can draw a barrier there with him. If he doesn't draw a gate, we'll leave the provincials alone.
He's ready to win.
He's going great. He's going really good. He got beaten by a nice horse that's in the market today at Ipswich the other day and just got softened up the whole way. Yep. I think back to that sort of Toowoomba grade. Got to respect the local yokels up there, but I think he's going very, very well.
Best in work this week.
Best in work this week. Had a pretty good morning here Tuesday. Tracks were in great shape. The grass was awesome for the first 3 loads and whatnot. So I was happy with Pereille the way he's going along. This Surprise Honey's been working good now for some weeks, and I really enjoyed Exceed Speed. Yeah, I think he's going great. And I loved his trial the other day. All these horses come off those lovely trials last Thursday at Doomben on the course proper, which we thank the BRC for, that issue with the A-grass, put those trials to the course proper, and they'll be a big launch pad for a lot of these summer horses.
Well, it's now time for Cab's Corner, supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotel Group. Well, he's back in form. I can't say he was walking around real with a big sprite in his step because the big fella's very wounded. His back's not real great at the moment.
Wouldn't want him in the last leg of the quaddie.
No, you wouldn't want him in the last leg of anything at the moment. So, but he got a nice $6 return last week. Let's find out what he's up to this week.
Welcome to Cab's Corner for this week. We had a little bit of joy in our top 2 all-up multi last week. Deductions crucified us. But anyway, we'll go win-win this week. We'll go Boomelli a win into Exceed Speed a win. Good punting, guys.
Well, I don't know about this. Like he does it throughout the history of being on this show.
Yeah.
He gets something, he has a winning formula, and then he changes it the week after. Now he's going win-win, so you know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I was very funny about his top two. I don't know why he hasn't gone top two again with this same multi. If he went, I don't know what top two pays for this multi because I've never done a bet style like that. But I know plenty of people do now because there's all these different bet formats. But he's gone win-win. If anyone's out there and actually follows him, please have a look at the top two because when he goes win-win, geez, he can get a second.
Oh, mate.
So I think it's just safest formula.
It's like he's got a big Mack truck just pulling on the tail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why?
I don't know. I can't help you.
Anyway, let's not worry about that. We got a really good team in on Saturday, and hopefully with a bit of luck we can get some winners.
Yeah, I think it's cool. The summer carnival's well under. This is the start of it now. We've got a really nice long summer here. Where else would you rather be? In Queensland during summer. What a place.
That's why the horses love it up here.
Absolutely.
Right? Good luck.
Cheers.